Good morning, crafty friends. This is Lynn, the Gift Diva. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the September edition of Share It Saturday here on the YouTube. That is where each second Saturday of the month for the entire 2021 year, me and a group of my crafty collaborators will be bringing you videos on how to use your cutting machines or creative things to do with your cutting machines. That's whether you have a Cricut, a Silhouette, a Brother Scan and Cut, a Cameo, whatever you have. One of us probably has you covered in terms of tips, tricks, and creative ideas. So I will leave all of the other collaborators down in the description box below. This week is I'm going to show you how I lost my train of thought. This week I'm going to show you how to, I know I might have shown this before in another video, but I've been following Jill Norwood with Saturday Morning Makes. Hey Jill, if you're watching. And so this is going to be a double video today. It's going to be a Saturday Morning Make and a Share It Saturday, simply because Jill was charming enough to get Peachy Keen Stamps to reopen their doors and create some stamps. These cute little face stamps, these were ones in my collection already, so that you could buy them and share them. Not only did they come back with the polymer stamps again, but they have now a digital collection, which is really exciting. And so Jill showed you last Saturday how to move those into Word and manipulate those for your projects. But she commented that she wasn't quite as savvy with uploading them to like a cutting machine. So, Jill, I'm not much more savvy than you, but I am going to do that for you today. I am going to show you how to upload, and this would apply not just to the Peachy Keen stamps, but to all the stamps, digital stamps that you find out there on Etsy and other sellers to use. And so I went in and I purchased some of the Peachy Keen stamps. Just sidebar, there's also a little promotion going on with Peachy Keen. They created, Jill and Peachy Keen created a special collection of stamps that was loved by Sherry at Craft Love Repeat. And if you all follow Sherry, you know that she passed away recently. And in honor of her, they are selling this stamp, and 50% of the proceeds to that stamp will go to Sherry's family. So just want to put that out there. I will put Jill's link in the description box below also, so that you can, if you're not following Jill, super creative, super beautiful lady. So you need to be following her. So I'll put her link in addition to the collaborators' links in the description box below. I will also put a link to Peachy Keen Stamps so that you can go and check them out, because these face stamps are so super cute. I love these. Somewhere in my stash of things, I also have the snowman faces, but I can't find it at the moment. What we're going to do is, like I said, what I'm going to do is show you how to use these stamps digitally. And so I made these cute little projects. Look at this. I made these two cute little coasters look at that cute little face. I took the face out of the image and then replaced it with a Peachy Keen stamp. And it just brings that to life, does it not? I mean, it's just so cute. So these are coasters. And then I also used them to make these cute little, hold on, bottle caps. Look at these. Now these bottle caps I bought on a project that Bona did a couple of months back. Might even been a year ago now. And I never did anything with them, and I can't remember what the video was to go back and look to see what she did with them. So, but they've been sitting on my desk for literally a year, y'all, probably. And so I thought, ooh, that would be cute to put the little faces in there. So I put the little faces in there and added them to little bows. So now that's a cute little thing ready to go on a cute little project. Isn't that cute? So I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to show you how to manipulate the stamps, because this digital stamp did not come with the cute little cheeks. I added the cheeks. So I'm going to show you how to do that in Cricut Design Space. So let's turn the camera around to my computer, and I'll be back in a moment to walk through that with you. Okay, we're back. And I thought I would start on Peachy Keen Stamps website so that you can see the process from the beginning of how to download your files. So I've just I went ahead and purchased the Spa Girls Digital Faces. Really cute. I've already downloaded them, but I'm going to download them again to show you how it is done. So once you log out, you're going to get an email from Peachy Keen Stamps saying your downloads are ready, and you just click on it, and you'll hit the download button. And then on my computer, this could be different depending on what computer you're on. I'm on a PC. It asks me, what do I want to open it with? And I want to open it, I have WinZip as my default. That's my default zip file program. So I'm going to click open. It's going to open up into this WinZip screen, and I'm going to go to the home key and hit unzip. And I'm going to unzip to a selected folder. And I've created a folder on my external drive for Peachy Keen Stamps. Please ignore all the digitals I currently possess. And I'm going to click on Spy Girls, Spy Faces, Spa Faces, not Spy Faces, sorry, and click unzip. And it's now extracting all of those files into that folder, so I'll know where they are when I go back to upload them into my Cricut. So we're done with that. We can log out of all of that, and we're going to go to Cricut. Now I'm in the I've started a new project, and I want to upload files. So I've clicked upload. I'm going to hit browse. I'm going to go to the file that I selected to put my files in, and that was the Peachy Keen Stamp file, Spa Faces. And then I usually just enlarge these a little so I can see what I'm looking at because I'm blind. And so I'm going to download 2 of these cute little faces. So this first face here, let's do her. First face here, I'm going to open it up. Oh, okay, there we go. I always, even though this is a really simple image, I always hit complex in case I decide I want to do something different with the file. So there she is again. I want the whites of her eyes. I'm going to leave that be. I'm going to pull that in. And now you have an option to either make this a cut image, which means like if you're going to cut it out in paper or vinyl or something, that's the file that you would use because it's going to cut out just those shapes in your vinyl or your paper. But I'm going to do a print and cut because I want all of the details. So I'm going to save her as a print and cut. Now, if you decide later on that you want to go back and cut her out in paper or vinyl, you need to resave her as this cut file. So I'm just going to leave it right as what it is. So I'm going to upload another file. Going back to the Peachy Keen digital folder. And I'm going to select this In the Garden digitals that I've already uploaded. And I'm going to select this cute little girl because I want to show you something. So I'm going to select complex again. Now this time when we select complex, because of the way the file's designed, she has these 2 little bags under her eyes. I'm calling them bags, but they're white spaces, right? So we don't want bags under our eyes. So I'm going to hit this little select and erase tool, and I'm going to just click on it. I'm going to put my X right there, and I'm just going to click on it, and it's going to take those away and just leave her nice and clean cheeked. And so any white space that you don't want when you load in a file, that's what you do. You use either this erase tool, or you use this tool, which will give you an eraser circle, which you can make whatever size you want, depending on how much you're erasing, right? So, hope that made sense. So we're going to click continue. Again, you have a choice between a cut file, which will, which is paper, vinyl, fabric, whatever you're going to use, or the print and cut. I'm going to choose print and cut. And I'm going to select these two ladies and insert my images. So now we have these cute little images in our file to manipulate and do with what we will. Now that I have this gray, it looks weird, so I'm going to make it white again. What do we do with them? How can we use them? Well, there are so glad you asked that question, because there are so many things you can do with these files now. As I've shown, you can resize them to whatever size you want. You can attach them to images already in Design Space. Let's do that. Let's type in gingerbread in honor of Miss Norwood. And in here, let's see if I can find, here he is. We're going to select this little guy. Now, I mean, he has a cute face. He's an averagely cute face, but, I want this face. So what I'm going to do is replace his face. So if you go over here and look in the layers panel, you see that it's cut out. The face is really cut out in that, looks like that yellow layer. Nope, that's not right. Uh-oh. We've gone awry here, people. Hold on. Okay. So, why won't it let me do what I did before? Let's ungroup these. And there we go. Okay, so this layer here, I don't want these eyes. We're just going to delete him because we don't need this layer. Need that layer. So I don't want these eyes or mouth. So I'm going to click on this layer and go over here to the contour button. And I'm just going to take all of that out because I don't need it. So now it's gone. We're going to put him back together again. And I actually needed a little yellow, didn't I? So he had frosting. Interesting. Let's see. There we go. So now we're going to use her little face. I'm going to bring her to the front. This is all like trial and error, really. You just play around till you have something you like. Now, she's kind of a little bit of a burnt cookie, so I'm going to make her just a little lighter. And then I'm going to highlight everything and flatten it. So now, when you print her, she's going to print out as a print and cut with this super cute little face on it. Isn't that cute? So you can do that. So how I made the bottle caps that I showed you in the beginning is by doing this. Let's unflatten everything because I need her face back. And we'll delete him. And then those bottle caps are about a 1-inch circle. So I went into shapes, hit circle. And you can really make the circle any color you want. If you want little brown gingerbreads in the bottle caps, you can do that. But I just chose white to see how it would look. So we're going to choose white for the circle. And then I'm just going to stick her, I'm going to build up my screen a little so you can see what I'm doing. And we're just going to move her little face right into the circle. Like so. And I'm going to just make sure everything is aligned good. And then this is how I added the cheeks. You don't really have to do this, but you can do anything. You could add a little hat to, you know, the brim of a hat, whatever you want. But I just basically try to add some cheeks without coloring with my markers or anything. So I just made the little bitty tiny cheeks. And of course it never looks as good when you do it the second time, when you do the practice one. Whoops. Do as I say, not as I do. Then cheek on the other side. And then I'm just going to highlight all of that and flatten it again. So now it's going to print out in the nice pretty circle that goes right into the bottle cap that we did, that I showed you earlier. Super neat. Now you can do this with any design. Honestly, anything you bring in that you want another face for, digitally, you can do that. So, oh, sorry. So we're just gonna, I typed in girl here, and I'm gonna try to find a girl that I haven't uploaded. As you can see, I've uploaded a lot of them. Here we go. Oh, she would be good. So this girl here, if you wanted to, you know, if you decided that you like this girl, but you wanted a different face for her. Uh-oh. All you would have to do basically is contour out this face like I did before. So she has a zillion gabillion layers, right? So you just need to find the layer that has her face and contour out the face. So now she's blank canvas, ready to go. And we'll just bring this one to the front. Oh, let's delete that. We don't need him. Bring him to the front. Yeah, we don't want the eyes quite that big. That's weird. But see how that transforms that cut to something really super cute with just any face. And like I said, I am a fan of print and cut. So I would take this whole design and highlight the design, flatten it. And so now when it prints as an image, just a doll image with a super cute face. Now you can cut this out. You can go back in with your, you know, with the cut file and put the cuts in here and just, you know, white in the eyes with a gel pen or something to get this same look, the same little girl look. But it's just so much fun how you can transform. And this, you know, you can do this with inanimate objects too. You don't have to do it with just faces, right? You could do it with, let's say, lemons. So this lemon here, I'm going to take out this contour just because I don't want that slice in there for the purposes of this demonstration. Okay, so this lemon here is plain and boring, right? But when you add a face, it becomes doodlebug cute, right? So just think about the possibilities with the digital stamps from Peachy Keen. She has several different sets that would be fun to play around with. There's a snow set that looks kind of like a snowman, a variety of snowman faces, and then you have the fashionista faces. So there are tons of stamps sets to play with. Plus, again, as I mentioned, she has the polymer stamps again for you to where you can actually stamp with the stamps. So I hope this video was informative, and I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. Please leave your comments down below if you have any questions. Comments, leave them down below. I'll be happy to answer them. And don't forget, when you leave me, to go to the next collaborator and share it for Saturday so you can get more tips, tricks, and clever ideas. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Stay safe, take care of each other, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.